Welcome to another episode of The Daily Gem, where we bring you the most power-packed video blog for businesses anywhere on the web. From new inventions to the best innovations, we deliver you world-class content every day. The Daily Gem, helping your business shine. Now, here's your host, Josh Schreier.
Hi, this is Josh Schreier, and welcome to another episode of The Daily Gem. In today's episode, we're going to discuss something, and I almost start every episode like this, but I believe all this stuff is important. You know, if you're watching these episodes, you'll see everything I'm saying here is important because it's something that can really change your life. It can really change your business. So, even though I might have started with this a couple weeks ago, this is where I want to go today, which is, what is the most important thing in your business to get started in your business? You don't know how many people I've spoken with who say, I have this idea, and I think it could be great. And I talk to them 2 weeks later, and I say, did you start? And they say, no, I haven't gotten around to it yet. I said, well, why don't we just start? I'll help you. I'll coach you. I'll work with you. And still there's procrastination, and many times we're talking about situations where they desperately need the money, or they're really not happy in their current situation, or both. And they just don't start. And they're paralyzed either by fear, or by what happens if it doesn't work, or any of these different options here. But the reality is that there's no choice. If you want to do something, you have to get started. And I hate even to say this, but the difference between a lot of times success and failure is just getting started. And if you're going to work and you're going to actually do the work and get the thing moving, then you have a chance. I'll tell you a quick story. You have all these people online today say, make $1 million online, do what I do, and follow my advice, and make $1 million online. If anyone's in internet marketing at any level has seen these kind of courses advertised everywhere, they're every other week has a new course like this. But let me ask you, how many people do you think who purchased these $2,000 courses? Usually they're $19.97, $15.97. It's a lot of money. How many people who purchase these courses actually follow through on any of the steps in the 6-7 week course? The research shows 75% of people who purchase these courses don't even do anything at all. Maybe 1 or 2 steps, and that's it, and then they stop. Why? Because certain things are difficult. Certain things require perseverance, dedication, time, effort. And like we said, that success only comes with work. You have to at least do some work. And things don't just fall clearly out of the sky. But why is it such a hard message to get? Because we think that, a lot of people I think, this is my personal opinion, that the fact that you have a good idea is enough. And you can live in the reality of that good idea for years sometimes. And say, look, this is a good idea, and people buy it. And the worst thing is to put it out there and realize that it's not as big as you thought in the beginning, and you have to actually really work to get it out there. Because if you think something's a great idea, and it just doesn't pan out, put back to the drawing board again. But sometimes it's easier to live in that fantasy, live in that non-reality, that this idea is going to be this huge, gigantic thing. But it's not. And until you realize that you have to test, and it takes patience and diligence, that there's no magic pill to life. Life is hard sometimes, and life takes work and effort and sacrifice and risk. Risk is a big deal. I see a lot of people like this. Well, who says I should dedicate any time to this? What if it doesn't work out? Well, you can say that about anything in life. But that's a common answer I get. Well, who says it's going to work out? Therefore, if I'm devoting time, it's a waste of time. Well, it's an investment. And an investment in yourself, an investment in your own business, is the greatest investment you can make. Because most passive investments, most stock investments, real estate investments, a large percentage of those don't pan out. College is a classic example. This is an interesting paradox. I think I mentioned this in a previous video. I'm not sure. People are willing to spend $100,000 on a college education where 90% of people, or 85-90% of people, are never one day in their life going to make money with the degree that they have. But when it comes to business, everything is a decision. Every dollar being spent is a decision. Do I do this? Do I not do this? Do I do this? Do I not do this? But why is that? Why should it be that you can just throw money at the wall at college? When it comes to business, everything's a decision. Because when it comes to business, it's not just an idea. I believe in a lot of ways that formal education is just an idea. Oh, I have a degree, I went to this class, I had 3 hours of classes today and a couple hours of homework, and that's a day. But you get into work and you realize your identity. I spoke to someone yesterday, and she's an author, and she said, my identity is wrapped up in a certain project that she doesn't like. And I said, you're not that. You are much bigger than the project. It's not the risk a lot of people take is when they throw themselves into a project, they feel that they must do X, Y, or Z, or else their identity is lacking. Their identity is suffering. That's also a fallacy. That also doesn't have reality to it. You have to realize, A, number one, get started. B, you will fail at some point. Things will not work. Certain things will not work. Certain things will take time to get legs on them, and sometimes to get people to buy into them. But you're worth it. And if you've committed this far, and you've committed that you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to own your own business, this is what it takes. And if you can do that, then at least you stand the chance to succeed and get where you want to get to. And I always say in these videos, live with vigor and vitality, and today can be the greatest day of your life. Because today you woke up and you're alive, and that's what matters. Have a wonderful day, and hope to see you in the next video.